Therapy Army, let's be having you. Big up to everybody in the house. Let's have a wait and see if people want to come in. Big up Jarvis. Big up all. Happy Friday. Remember to hit the like. Yeah, man. Big up. Happy Friday, Jarvis. Big up Donny B. Big up Sali. Big up. Yo, big up, bro. Big up everybody. Love and like. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Got a terrific show for you tonight, people. Terrific show for you tonight. We've got a preview to do, people. A preview to do. And this one is not for the fair-hearted people. So if you're expecting a little chilled one, then come. I've been triggered by Erik ten Hag's waffles again, making it out like it's a lot of pressure to play for Manchester United. Get the F out of here, mate. Not in the last 10 years, mate. Not in the last 10 years. Your job's to coach the fucking players, Ten Hag. That's what your job is. Your job is to put a style of play and patterns and a system where you've got 17 or 18 players who can play that way. Your job's not to waffle on about, there's pressure on players. Get the F out of here, man. Get the F out of here, man. Honestly. Big up. Good evening, mate. Big up, Lincoln. 10 clown out. Well, he sounds like a fucking clown, mate. He does sound like a clown, honestly. I don't genuinely believe sacking him is going to change anything, but he does sound like a fucking clown. You've seen Ten Hag from the Athletic in the last 10 minutes. Tell me more, man. Ziad, what did he say? Let me have a look. Let me have a look, bro. I can't see anything, Ziad. Big up, Tom. Big up to you, Tom. How you doing, man?
Yeah, big up. How are we doing?
Yeah, man. How you doing? Are you back in Manny? Not Manny, sorry. Back in Sheffield, Seven Hills?
No. I've ended up staying down here. I've done a valuation project in Whitehall. So that's where I've been today anyway. So I'm in Canary Wharf right now anyway. But yeah, how are you doing, bro, anyway?
Yeah, man. Doing good. Big up ST. Facts, ST. Facts. Always we keep it 100 here, man. We keep it 100 on this channel for you all, honestly. I'm not wearing my coffee. I don't know where it is. But big up to everybody. Love and light. Yeah, man. Big up Jarvis. Take your time. No rush. Yes, Tommy. Erik ten Hag waffling as usual. But it's just a big one, man. I put down on the... Yes, Tommy. I put down on the...
Hey.
Ten Hag waffling as usual. I can hear myself, Jarvis. Yeah? You all right?
Yeah, my phone. Sorry.
No, it's all right. Big up to you, Jarvis. How you doing, Jarvis?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Yeah, I'm well. Yeah. How are you?
What's the temperature out there?
No, it's not too bad. -4 degrees, so that's nothing. That's nothing.
See that? -4 degrees.
-4 degrees. Sat there in t-shirt, no sleeves, no nothing. No, I was originally up in sunny Manny in a hoodie.
In a hoodie, like nobody's, honestly, like nobody's business, mate. I'm in a hoodie because it's cold out here. Honestly, it's freezing. But I'm loving the weather because it's not raining. It's not raining because for me, it's the cold and rain. You know, the cold and the rain. Oh God, when those two go together, it's a bit. It hurts a bit. But we got a jam-packed show tonight, guys. We've got one of the biggest previews of the season for me. This is a big preview because here there's so many conflicting things between the two managers. You know what? I put it on the thumbnail: Ten Hag versus Ange, and genuinely, I wrote Ange's in style of play. In style of play is everything Ten Hag is not. So Ten Hag's come out today, says he's got fit squad. I mean, huge game, no excuses, nowhere to hide. That's the intro this today, and then he's waffling on about how it's big pressure to play for Manchester United. No, it's not. I'm sorry, guys, but it's not. That is an excuse. And this is the guy who came when he first came talking about no excuses, no excuses. And now he's making 100 million different excuses. That's what he's. Thank you. But yeah, so I'll go to you, Tom. Tom, did you watch the press conference today?
No, I didn't have a chance to. But
So just
what's
to sum it up,
what's he been saying? Yeah,
he's getting pressed on certain issues about why Manchester United signed all of these players over 50 million and how all of them have not performed. Why Man City signed all those players over 50 million and they all performed. What's happening? And he just basically comes out with it and says, "Oh, it's because of the pressure to play for Manchester United." What fucking pressure in the last 10 years? We won 2 League Cups, 1 Europa League, and an FA Cup. So what pressure?
I don't understand that even the word pressure when you have Richard Arnold and all these, Ed Woodward, all these bankers who are running the football operations effectively over the last 10 years. Like, over that tenure, they've never been interested in winning the Premier League. I've never heard in his tenure of 18 months Richard Arnold say anything about Manchester United winning the Premier League or winning the Champions League. Not once. Never heard of it. Ed Woodward was exactly the same. Never heard him say that I want to win the Premier League or the Champions League. That's where it's set for Manchester United. You win the domestic league or you win the biggest competition in Europe. That's what United fans want. Forget the FA Cup for a second. Forget the Carabao Cup. Listen, we've won a couple of them over the years when we've been mediocre and shy. Shit football under Jose, it brought us those 2 trophies. Shit football under Louis van Gaal brought us that trophy. Albeit there was a plan there, but they didn't stick with it because they wanted Jose. But at the end of the day, Nuruddin, he sounds like a Manchester United manager. That's face facts. He does. He sounds like a Manchester United manager. We said this 2 years ago, mate. We were all sat here joking. Is his hair going to fall out? Even though he hasn't got any hair. I mean, I think he's got. I'm seeing him going grey. He come into OT right with this brownish like facial hair. He's going grey. I think the guy's aged about 5 years and what? 2. He's not even been here 2 years, has he? 18 months, 2 years, roughly about that sort of tenure. But pressure, as I'm saying, pressure is on City to win every single year. Facts, completely, because they've set the precedent. They're the only club that you would argue could do 4 in a row because of the way that they're built and the way that team's been constructed mentally and physically to compete 4 years in a row and flat out, and they can do it. Manchester United, mate, we wouldn't even compete we're lucky to compete 1 year, and we haven't been able to do that in 10 years. So forget Manchester City as the precedent where they've been able to do it for nearly 10 years. Yeah, go on, Ruben, go on.
Yeah, big up to Jamie Wayne. Jamie Wayne, hold that thought, bro. Hold those comments for that. We're going to talk about it. The reason why they want to sell young players because they can't sell the players that they gave loads of money to on big contracts. So that's why they're selling the younger players. That's the reason why. And that money they can pocket as well. That money is instantly they can pocket.
Yeah.
While the other they lose money on those players because they sign them for extraordinary prices and they can't sell them on at a profit. So that's the reason why.
Homegrown is 100%.
Yeah.
That's why Chelsea haven't ever had the financial problems that they've had.
There you go. You go. Listen, I can't blame it on Ten Hag. For me, I think he's chatting shit. So I don't want to make this into the anti-Ten Hag hate. This club has got serious problems. But the idea that he's going to sit there today and tell us that, that's why players are failing because pressure. No, mate. You put the conditions in order. The football pitch is where the players can't hide.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There's no fucking pressure. There isn't. It's actually the club that's the least pressure because you're not expected to compete for league titles. The only thing that you're expected or anybody expects of you from the ownership is top 4. That's the only thing. You're not about to win trophies or challenge for league titles. But anyway, we'll get into it. But big up to everybody. We'll actually hit on because people want to talk about it quickly, Jarvis. Fernandez going, nobody's surprised, nobody's shocked. How many youngsters did we get rid of last year? That money goes straight into the club's hands. So when people tell me Redford and this and that, Dodgy Dave and the quarter sexuals are gonna fix it, they're fixing shit. They're selling younger players, but they're telling the fans, look, we put a clause in there to buy back. So what about if Benfica now, it's their player, If they want to charge you triple the price you bought him, you sold him for.
Yeah.
What
Can I
does
just
that
say
mean?
Yeah.
Can I just say one thing as well? Where's all these people who's getting giddy and ridey over Jean-Claude Blanc? He's not even going to be CEO anymore, guys. I told everybody. I told you. They're not even here. All I'm seeing is Dodgy Dave and Jean-Claude Blanc sat next to him, and he's going to be an advisor at Man United. Ralph Ragnick 2.0, is it then, guys? Advisor, consultancy.
Yeah.
Go on, Jarvis, anyway.
Yeah, you are absolutely right, Tom, when it comes to stuff like this, when Jean-Claude Blanc, when things it seems too good to be true,
how can you have
usually are.
How can you have the CEO when you've only owned 25%? I mean, the idea that, the maths, was never going to maths. You can't have him as a CEO when you only own 25% of the shares, and you only own, 17% of Class B shares. People forget that, Jarvis. People forget that.
Yeah, they do.
You only own 17%. You own 17% of any votes have serious. And now they're like, ooh, but he's going to be on the board. So what about when he gets outvoted in the boardroom? They don't know where to run, Jarvis, Tom. They don't know where to fucking run. They don't know where to put their face. But the twerkers, the 25% sexuals are out there. Quarter sexuals are out there. They don't know where to put their face.
No,
they just say, you want United to fail. They've been failing for a fucking decade.
18 years.
Yes, go ahead. I'll mute myself.
I just want to first of all, I just want to say now we have 54 people watching, 23 likes. So people, do us a favor, hit the like button because we need more people to come into the channel because it's shadow banned. People don't get notifications. So if you can help us out, hit that like. That will be tremendous. So people hit a like. Second of all, when it comes to Alvaro Fernandez, it pisses me off how we have treated him so unfairly. We had two of our left backs injured in Malaysia and Luke Shaw. And what do? We send him on loan and loan in Regulon. Why? He's 19 years old. He's a super talent. He's good enough. I'm sure he's good enough. And under other managers, I'm sure that he would have given him a chance. At least give him 3 to 4 games to try out to see what's in him. Is he good enough? And if he's good enough and he takes the tempo and the Premier League, so let him play. But now we send him to Granada in Spain, and now Benfica wants him, and we're selling him. I heard sums about £10 million. That's bullshit. For how much do we have to pay if we are buying a new left back if we sell Luke Shaw in the summer? It will at least cost us 50 million. So we are down with 40 millions already. This is how our club is run. It's so frustrating, and I don't understand. Help me out, guys. Help me understand this.
Glazonomics. That's one word. Glazonomics. There you go.
Glazonomics, Jarvis. I've been banging on about this for a long time, Jarvis, but I get called a negative. I get called a conspiracy theorist. I get called like you don't know what you're talking about. All those things get leveled at me. But I've been banging on about this. They sacked Jose, Jarvis, and I was like, it can't be Moyes. It can't be Van Gaal, even though I didn't want Moyes. It can't be Van Gaal. Even though I hated Jose. It can't be just be him. I had to do research. And now it's so funny. You have the likes of Gary Neville and that repeating things that I've been saying for years and years and years, Jarvis. It's just like, wow, he's just 3 years late, 4 years late, but you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
They're here eventually.
Exactly. We've been on the side of the train, but we don't have the big platform like they do. But obviously, they have to keep certain relationships, shall we say.
Yeah, but the thing is, if we are building for the future, why are we selling one of the biggest talents from the academy?
Because they don't care about talents. It's about the immediate now. The club is bleeding money, Jarvis, so they have to bring in millions. What's the price? What's the price we're getting for him, apparently?
I heard rumors about 10 million, but there's nothing official.
Well, this is listen. Let me say something to people. Yeah, he was the young player of the year at Preston in one of the toughest leagues in Europe. The Championship is one of the toughest leagues in Europe. You play every 3 days. It's relentless. It's absolutely relentless. So the level of robustness you have to be at is a bit at that. So at the end of the day, no new era for me.
But
this is. Go ahead,
there's nothing new now. We are losing Isaac Hansen now because he spoke out and wanted to have more game time. His Norwegian coach Jonas Johansen said in the Norwegian news that he should look elsewhere. So Isaac is leaving. He's not signing a new contract. He's getting out of here. And the same with the Langa. Who else?
Kova. They sold Kova. They sold
Kova.
Alvaro.
Menge.
Zidane.
Yeah. So something is rotten, you know.
Even Savage. They sold Savage. Yeah. How many? There must be about 8 on 8.
No, I think something like that. 8. I think we've still got Charlie Savage, but I think he's on loan.
Is he on loan? Are you sure?
I think they've recalled him back though because he's not been getting game time. I think
sure?
Anyway.
Okay. Well,
I'm not 100% certain anyway. But listen, guys, what are we all?
See what we did with what's his name? Ghana. Sold Ghana.
As well.
Remember that?
Oh yeah.
To me, I'm like, okay, genuinely, why don't you sell Kobe and Garnacho as well? Because and give them a head start where they go to stable football clubs where they can get Coach Jarvis. Hannibal as well, yeah. Where they can get coached Jarvis. So for me, I'm not gonna lie to you. United fans can come at me, but I'm gonna do a show next week where I'm gonna make the case for Kobe to go and fulfill what he could be is world class. He's got potential to be world class, to be consistent. I can't see him being consistent at Manchester United, Jarvis. I can't see him fulfilling his destiny at Manchester. Can you? Genuinely, can you?
Yeah, if he's learning his trade from McTominay, no. That he's never going to
They'll drag him down with it.
I genuinely did say.
Drag him down to their level.
I 100% did say he's good enough to play for Barcelona in a couple of years' time by the age of 21, 22. He can play that holding pivot role for Barcelona.
And what would we all be saying, Nuruddin? What would we all be saying if he was a Barcelona player? He should be a Manchester United player. We'd be sat here saying the exact same thing. He should be a Manchester United player. They should be in the academy. They should have those opportunities. But listen, it's the same old bullshit. It's like this Olise. It's Olise hype that everybody's suddenly giddying on, right? Jim Ratcliffe comes out with a couple of words saying we want to build British. You might as well say we want to build Brexit again.
I'm not going to lie to you.
And then go forward with Dodgy Dave. Like Olise, like we haven't even got a sporting director, guys. So who's recruiting these players? I have no fucking clue.
Joe Glazer.
Are we back? Is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer our manager again, mate? Joe Glazer. Does he even know how to spell Olise?
The point I want to put to people, they have to give people hope, don't they? But they gave you that fake hope. If you're Olise's parents, if you're Olise's agent, and if you, Tom, and let's say Tom and Jarvis, both of you were, one of you was Olise's agent, the other one is Olise's dad. And in hand on heart, if Manchester United a club that you think you're going to go to, be honest. Please be honest.
No.
When you believe in the kid's talent, do you think it's a stable club for him to go to? The only way where his dad and his agent, like you guys, if you were his agent and his dad, both of you, the only reason why you would go there is for what?
Money.
But
it's like the Matrix. If you have a blue or red pill, what do you choose? Money or life, a footballing career?
With Olise, guys, though, in the summer, he was very close to going to Manchester City. 2 weeks before they agreed a deal in principle over 2 weeks of negotiations. He was prepared to go. They did medical tests on Olise, and then he picked up an injury in the build-up to Crystal Palace's pre-season, and Manchester City pulled the plug on the whole deal. Then Chelsea were coming in, and they were looking for a wide-profile player. They looked at Olise. Olise didn't want to go to Chelsea. He didn't want to, so then Chelsea ended up with Cole Palmer, who at the time was a wide player. They're now playing him anywhere across the front three, or as a the deep line playmaker and bring the ball forward in the attacking third. But even a player like Olise, as much as you say nothing about his agent and his father, this, that, the other, he's still a kid. Like, I think people just base this off of just nostalgia. You see a couple of clips on Twitter or on a YouTube video and you get giddy. Like, he's a kid. He's not going to come to Manchester United and be an 8 out of 10 every single week. He's not going to be. Olise, for me, if you brought him into Manchester United, and I'm talking about this Manchester United anyway, if you brought him into this sort of this culture that we have right now, you need a year minimum to adapt. You need a year. And it's either you're going to be the difference and you're going to be one of those exemplary players who sets the standard for the rest of them. But like I say, he's a kid, so I wouldn't expect him to do that. And in the same point in principle, guys, I've heard with Olise, he's had many bust-ups with Roy Hodgson internally at Crystal Palace. He's even blown up at the chairman, Parish, over him signing a new deal because they went back against terms that he wanted. He wanted more money to stay at Palace. They agreed to it as a gentleman's agreement and they went back on it. And then they said, no, we're going to give you an additional wage package, but the rest of it we want to make up in bonuses. But he'd already signed the contract. It was a pre-contract agreement that he'd signed with Palace to state that I will renew my contract. But the terms weren't set at the time, but they'd verbally agreed it. So they went back on it. So internally, he's already had problems with Palace anyway, as a personality. And Palace said, well, we're going to cut your wages back anyway and put it on more related towards bonuses than overall just pay you out straight away. And I look at that, guys, and I look at that culture and I think we've had a similar sort of situation. Young teenage player, English, does quite well at a certain level. And you all know the sort of player that I'm talking about. We spend big money, 70, 80 million pounds, 2 years to chase the kid, comes to United and does fuck all. And we burn the potential out of him. And that is one Jadon Sancho.
100%.
In the same point, he now makes the point where you're hearing Ralph Ragnick now start spurting up and coming out and saying, I've never had a problem with Jadon Sancho. I was there for 5 months. He's a very quiet, shy individual. So I'm shocked to even hear what's sort of coming out and everything. You're going to hear the whole bullshit soon, guys. You are. And like I say to everybody who was getting giddy, as soon as Ineos were coming in, mate, with 25%, I tell fucking everybody in their nan, Dodgy Dave and Jim Ratcliffe ain't going to be able to do shit. I will be shocked if they even appoint a decent sporting director without being able to consult the Glazer family. And as much as it comes to it, guys, they didn't sack Richard Arnold, who was the CEO. He left off his own accord. I think people forget this. He left. So he's left. You have Patrick Stewart, who's more of a lawyer than a financial person, who's running our football club on an interim basis while they find somebody. You have Jean-Claude Blanc, who's been to PSG, Juventus, two of the top 10 members of the European Club Association, and he's run both of them and been successful pretty well at both of them. And what can you argue with his credentials that he should be Manchester United CEO? Oh, Ineos can't pick who the CEO is. But we was all told that Ratcliffe, Brailsford, Joel Glazer, transfer committee, 2 against 1. Where's this 2 against 1 now, mate? It looks like a threesome gone wrong.
Yeah. I just want to point out one thing when it comes to Olise. You know, he's young. He's 22. I know you said that, Tom, but for the record, he played almost over 70 games for Reading in the Championship before he came to Crystal Palace and played 3 full seasons for Palace. And this is his 4th full season for Palace. And he played almost 80 games for Crystal Palace. So he has a lot of experience. And people say that he's injury prone, but he only had like one large injury that put him out for 6 months. But besides that, he's been playing consistently. So in a way, I think he's a good player, and yeah, sure, I would love to have him at Man United. But the sad thing is, I'm sure that we would ruin him. Yeah, we would ruin his talent.
Jarvis, I'll tell you one thing: £100 million English tax.
Yeah.
£100 million English tax.
Well, they're saying that he's got a release clause of about 60 million. They're saying. Well,
this is what I was telling you before, though, Nuruddin. As much as the bonus and the wages that they were consulting over, he wanted a release clause in the contract, and Palace didn't. because they wanted to open the bidding at what they thought was fit for one of their players. That's the one thing Crystal Palace haven't done really against most other Premier League clubs is they don't attach valuations to their players in contracts. They do it separately, similar to what a lot of the big Premier League clubs do, where you don't hear Mo Salah has a £400 million release clause. You don't hear Kevin De Bruyne has a €500 release clause within European clubs. You don't hear that. Crystal Palace have done the exact same thing, so then they don't have buyout clauses with their players. But it depends on him as well. And if we talk about this guy, 22 years old, let's face facts. He's probably got 5 years till he'll start hitting some high numbers and high ceilings. So he's got at least one contract under his belt to go. Is he really going to waste that coming to Man United? You're really going to waste that coming to this turmoil of a football club? And who's to say, guys, if Erik ten Hag isn't here and a new manager comes in, who's going to want Michael? Who's going to want Olise? Who's to say that he's the right sort of profile of winger or whatever to get? Listen, start from scratch. I'm sick of this. 60, 70 million pound players. Fucking hell. Go to Ecuador. Go to Brazil, wherever. Asia. Korea. Go and get some £5 million nobodies and turn them into gems.
Tom, you can't go to Ecuador at the moment.
Well,
like gunmen bursting in television studios. If you know, you know. Listen, let's get into this, man. Let's get into this. Let me give you the facts. But first of all, I'm gonna go to you, Jarvis. Any hopes for Sunday? What are you hoping for Sunday? Listen, I'm gonna tell you my 2 pence, and then I'll get yours. If the Spurs come and play that super high line, that could play into our hands. But if they come slightly tactical, like they were when they beat us at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, I think they're going to open us up. I don't think we can live with them with a triangle passing and the easy way they play out the back. And I think they're going to bob us around the park. But it's about if we get chances, can we finish it, especially with a highlight? Can we get that right? Can we beat their offside trap? That's where the game's going to be. But go ahead, Jarvis.
Yeah, it's I agree when you talk about the Postecoglou and Spurs and how they play. That people always talk about their high line and just talk like they are playing gung ho football, but actually they are not. It's all about, they have one philosophy from Postecoglou, and that's scoring goals. That's the ultimate goal every time. Try to score goals, and usually teams who are possession based, because they are possession based, they play with zones. They stay. The number 8 stay in his zone. The number 6 stay in his zone, and so on. But Postecoglou, they don't play like this. They play with movement, and remember the aim is to score a goal. So they move and fill the room that's left behind. Move again, and all the movements is always to create goals. So this is the difficult thing to defend against them, because they have so much movement. The fullbacks come up in midfield and drop down to receive the ball, turn with it, and pass it to the number 8 or the other fullback who have dragged inside. So it's very hard to defend against them. Yeah. So if Ten Hag comes out this game and play with the single number 6, if he puts let's say Casemiro, if he's back, in the single number 6, we are dead. This game is over before it has begun. That's the truth, because we won't be able to defend against them because they will score. The only thing is I can think of, if we can only concede 1 or maybe 2 goals, then we have a chance. So I'm very worried for this game.
Very worried ain't the word. Nowhere to hide. That's what I've done in the build-up. I've said fit squad. He's come out tonight. He said a fit squad, and there's nowhere to hide. And there's no excuses, people. But let's get into that. So let me just give you the lockdown tonight. So Manchester United are boosted by the return of players Casemiro, Lisandro Martinez, Luke Shaw, all back in training until he's available, while Amad Diallo and Christian Eriksen are both returned after illness. Tottenham's latest recruits, Roddy Drogstin and Timo Werner, are likely to make their debuts at Old Trafford. Christian Romero is in contention after recovering from a hamstring strain ahead of the schedule. Ben Davies is out due to hamstring injury, and Giovanni Lo Celso sidelined with a muscle issue. Head-to-head, let's go. Manchester United have won 24 out of their 31 Premier League meetings with Spurs at Old Trafford, drawing 3 and losing 4. All 4 of Tottenham's victories came at their 11 most recent visits. Spurs are seeking to complete a league double over Manchester United for the first time since 1989-1990 season under Terry Venables. Manchester United have won 8 and lost 7 of their 15 home games in all competition this season. The Red Devils have lost 9 of their 20 Premier League matches, equaling the total number of defeats they suffered in the entirety of last season. 9 of Manchester United's league wins in 2023-2024 have come by a single goal margin, including all 6 at Old Trafford. United's top flight fixture have produced a league low 49 goals this season. Wow. Bruno Fernandes created 54 chances top flight this season, more than any other player. To me, that stat doesn't tell the truth, man. You see what happens, stats without context. What is the chances? Was it like a chance? To me, that chance creation bullshit tells you a lie. He's absolutely woeful when I watch him. He's woeful. Garnacho has been directly involved in United's last 5 league goals with 2 goals and 2 assists. Spurs, Tottenham have lost 2 of their 10 Premier League away games this season, winning 5 and drawing 3. However, both of these defeats have come in the previous 4 away matches, including last time out against Brighton. Spurs could set a club record of scoring 33 consecutive league fixtures. Spurs' top flight game have produced 71 goals this season on a joint league high with Brighton. The Lily Whites have lost 6 of their past 10 Premier League matches without Son Min in. So tomorrow they've got no Son. Richarlison has 5 goals in the last Premier League outings, as many as Mustard in his previous 45 in the division. Timo Werner scored 10 goals in 54 games for Chelsea and has failed to find the net in his 4 appearances against Manchester United. Well, he could be making the return tomorrow. Tom, I'm going to go to you. So the stats, so basically, they've got, they're going to have Christian Romero back. They've got this Radu Draxin and Timo Werner. So those 2 will play. So I'm expecting that, look, they scored 71 goals this season, a joint league high with Brighton. So they score goals and they create chances, like Jarvis was saying. So what do you think about this game tomorrow, Sunday? What do you think about it? Is there anything that you're looking forward to? And let me just quickly give you that before let me just give you this. So in terms of Ange, actually, I'll come to it. Don't answer that first and I'll come to it. Answer that question first.
What am I looking forward to? Final whistle. No, final whistle. I've got so many Spurs friends who have only piped up in the last couple of months, ever since they've started playing good football. They've been very chirpish with Conte and Mourinho for a couple of years. As soon as they get a decent manager who plays some good football, mate, they're up my arse. I see it from what I see. Eric Ten Hag will play probably the same shit again. Let's face it, was below par against a League One team. And in that game, I saw 5-minute spells where Wigan, a League One team, who realistically shouldn't even exist because they should be in financial limbo and should have probably gone into administration for 5-minute periods in the game, bopped us about. A League One team. It's fucking shameful. It is shameful. And these players, they don't give a shit. They don't. Let's face facts. As much as you can have Lord Jim O'Neill, Lord fucking Jim and Dave go into the training ground and shake a couple of players' hands and be an inspirational figure, it does fuck all. It does nothing. There's nothing going to change. And Ralph Ragnick today, he's come out with a corker. It was Jesse Marsh. He come out with a corker and when he said that he discussed with Ralph Ragnick about his tenure at Man United. And he said that what Ralph had told me in confidence was that he went in there open-minded to play the way that he wanted to, but he looked at the group of players that he had and he said, I can't fucking do it. So I adapted. Eric Ten Hag has pretty much done the exact same thing, but he tried it for 2 games and he got spanked playing that way, trying to for the first 2 games. And ever since then, he sacked it off. And he don't play that way anymore. But all I can say is, I don't think the cowards will turn up. I think Ange Postecoglou, I think he'll play the way that we're all thinking, I think he will play the high line, Nuruddin, because I think he'll look at it from the perspective of if Man United score 1, we'll score 3. Forget 2.
Well,
3.
one thing I didn't notice when they scored in the last game away, he dropped a bit back. They didn't concede because Manchester United were looking for that ball. He dropped a bit back. Yeah.
I'll
So
give him
he'll
that.
change it. He'll change it tactically. He'll change it mid-game.
I'll give him that, Nuruddin.
Depending on where the game is.
I think he does adapt depending on what the result is at that time in the match. I think he'll change it. If he's say 2-0 up and Man United aren't really laying a glove on him at say 80 minutes, I think he'll take his foot. I think he'll put the handbrake on, and I think he'll say to his players, "Let's just ride it out and just get out of here with a win." I don't necessarily think he'll say go full throttle and smash the living crap and daylights out of them. I don't think it'll be anything like that. But the way that we play anyway, guys, Spurs, I think it's underestimated anyway. Even from a defensive aspect, guys, I think they're quite organised. I do think they are quite organised at the back.
They squeeze as a team.
They are compact.
As much as people talk about the overall attacking output that they have and they score so many goals and create so many chances, I think defensively they're underrated in terms of the organisation and the actual movement of where each of them know where they're going to be in the line. They hold the line very well, and if you're going to play a high line system, you need to know that. That's the most crucial thing that you need. And it made true testament to Ange Postecoglou when he played 4 fullbacks as his back 4, when he had 2 designated centre-halves, even though he had all the injuries at the time. He had Eric Dyer and Ben Davies, who are natural centre-backs, if they want to be. Both of them he left on the bench, and he played Emerson and, I can't remember, I think it was Ujogi, I think he played in central defence. So he played one of the youngsters anyway, somebody there. But at the end of the day, systemised football, guys, the way that Postecoglou plays, you can see it. I can't see Eric Ten Hag's way of playing. I can't see his way of thinking. I think the guy's concussed. I don't know. I think he's been in
more
Greater
than
Manchester
concussed, bro.
Royal Infirmary for about 4 or 5 weeks. I don't know what has happened to this guy. And it's this. And as much as people talk about the Ineos curse and everything like that, I think there's a USA curse on our football club. I really do. Whenever we go to the US, everything just falls apart in the season leading up to it. I don't know what it is. It's weird. It really is weird.
Because we go there,
Mourinho,
we go there, Tom, to make money for the Glazers, and we fly from coast to coast. And the US is like a continent. The continent is huge.
With the timings and everything, it knackers you out. And then you add on top of that, we went to Dublin, and then we come back to OT to play a game on top of all of the US tour as well as that. The only thing I'm saying though with this, guys, and I'll make this last point anyway, is the one thing even with Spurs is if they get in shit and you get in behind them, they have a really good goalkeeper. A really, really good goalkeeper. Yeah. I like Vicario.
One of the best this season, 100%.
It took a lot of flack when he come in there. 15 million. Nobody ever fucking heard him from Udinese in Italy. And everybody thought, well, taking on Hugo Lloris's shoes in that football club is going to be difficult because he'd done so well for them over so many years as a goalkeeper. But he's done brilliantly. And in difficult situations, one-on-one guys, he doesn't flap. He doesn't panic. Even if it comes down to it, guys, I've seen it in the Liverpool game where he'll go through players to get the ball from across. And he's not necessarily the most physically imposing goalkeeper in the world. I'd say he's only got a couple of pounds, maybe more than what David De Gea had as a goalkeeper. That's it. But there's the bravery, there's the determination there, and that's what I like. And the way that Spurs' players play, even if they go over the mark in terms of aggression and they get sent off, it's a precedent for the whole team, and they don't change it. You be aggressive, you make it rough, you make it tough. And that's what I expect. And to be honest with you, as much as people might say it for me, if people want to call me negative or whatever, I'm not really that harsh, to be honest with you. I don't see us winning the game. I'll be completely honest with you. I'll be very shocked if we can break them down, score a goal. And if we are going to score, it will be something as stupid as what Bruno did against Wigan, where we'll get a fluky penalty. We'll get a dodgy cross, or I don't know, the fucking wind will take it into a player's path or something.
Yeah.
I just don't see
It's the-
anything positive going
It's
into
going to
it.
be very interesting because
Yeah.
they've got loads of big injuries. They're missing Madison. They're missing Son. They're missing key players. Really,
Yeah,
Bazuma.
Pedro
missed it,
Porro
like-
was the player that I was on about, by the way, guys.
Yeah,
When
yeah,
I was on about
yeah.
a fullback who's done quite
Fantastic.
well. That's the
Yeah,
other
what
one,
a
sorry.
goal he scored the other day in the FA Cup, man. Brilliant goal.
Yeah.
Listen, big up to you, Tom. Big up Alien Tenno. By the way, a Sunday is Alien Tenno's birthday. We're going to have a celebration. Celebrating this. Woo! 60, yeah,
Big up,
mate.
Peter.
60 and going not out, mate. 60 not out. Still defending there, Alien Tenno. Batting them away. Batting them away. Is it them for a 6? Is it them for a 4? Big up to Alien Tenno. Alien Tenno says 60 birthday present. Eric Ten Hag out the door. Big up to Natalie. Natalie says, we all know Fat Mac Shite will be starting 11. Starting 11 on Sunday. Oh, yeah. Oh,
I swear,
100%.
if he starts, oh my god, I'm so sick of seeing McTominay in the starting 11. Now we have Ericsson
Scott
back there,
McTominay,
Mason Mount back there, Casemiro back
there.
there. Starts McTominay. I swear.
Scott.
Scott McTominay.
Go ahead,
Oh.
Java. We're sorry, Java.
Well,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah,
go on.
no. I have nothing more to say. Everybody knows my opinion when it comes to Scott McTominay. He's useless. He's not good enough. Why we keep playing him is a riddle for me. I can't understand. I think Ten Hag is pulling our leg. I think he's just doing it on spike, try to get sacked or whatever. You can't play a player like McTominay on purpose and think that he will come good and do something for this team and make us, we are trying to play possession-based football. We are trying to dominate the opposition. How the hell are you going to do that with McTominay? He can't even string 2 passes together.
Jarvis, I've got a serious question for you. If he wasn't British, do you think he'd still play him? And I'm not going that against the grain. If he wasn't Scottish, English, Welsh, or Irish, would he still play him?
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Most likely
And then,
not.
do you know why? Do you know why he won't play him? Because the football press in this country would have absolutely slaughtered him. I made that point already, Tom. If he was Argentinian, if he was Brazilian, if he was French, if he was German, if he was Italian, they would all be coming out for him saying, what is this? He can't control a ball. I look at Henson and I look at no wonder Henson's kicking off. Because he's McTominay. He can't control a fucking ball. He can't stand to save his fucking life. He can't do it. We only thing we depend on, get that ball in the box, takes fucking million deflections, and he puts the head on it, or he sticks the leg out. That is what we live on. That's what Manchester United has become. But now, Eric Ten Hag, you've been banging on about it all the time. And now, we're going to see. Because you said, I want my players. Like, everybody's going to have their players fit. No, they're not. From the schedule last season, in the whole world football, especially in European football, the most congested season, World Cup in the middle. And people like me, I've only got two coaching badges, if that. And I'm telling you, burnout is coming. Injuries are coming. But you know, and you're getting paid fucking millions for this shit. So you think you're going to have all your players fit. In what world? In what world? After a schedule like that and after a season like that, World Cup in the winter in December, you're going to have the next season after, and then you fuck off to fucking America. You agree to that shit. You get bounced around, flying around from coast to coast, playing these shitty fucking games that nobody gives a fuck about. But then you tell us like I said, the headline says, nowhere to hide. There is nowhere to hide. No more excuses.
Speaking of
No more
injuries,
excuses tomorrow. No more.
remember Luke Shaw? He was injured the first 3 months of the season. He came back. He played 6 games in, was it 16 days? So less than 3 days between every game. And then he was back injured again. Now we are getting Olise back. Martinez is coming back. He's been out almost a year. Metatarsal bone. And we know the structure of the foot. There's so many small micro bones in the foot blade. Has it healed yet? Was the operation successful? Who knows? Will Olise even tell if he feels pain, or will he just play through it? I'm 100% sure that Ten Hag will start him against Spurs. But I wouldn't have done that if I was Ten Hag, because I think we gotta protect some of these players who are always injured, and at least when they have been out for a long time. So for me, tomorrow, I know on Sunday, I hope Licha don't start. I hope he start him on the bench and give him time to come into the rhythm of the footballing and take it slowly when it comes to the injury. Because how we have handled injury so far is people are out injured, they comes back and get injured again. You see it with Luke Shaw, you saw it with Mason Mount, and you've seen it with a lot of players this season. And I feel that, yeah, now everybody feels that we are back. We have everybody back on the bench and in the team. But it's not that easy, you know. It's about developing and taking care of the players, because it's still a lot of games left of the season. So I think we gotta play for the longer side, not the short.
Well, that's what. Yeah, you would do that. You would think that you would, if one player you're going to manage properly will be Lisandro Martinez, but they're not, because my guy's got to save his job in it, or maybe get himself to sack and play a player that's not fully ready. I'm hoping that they've had a couple of games behind closed doors, Jarvis. But then I'm like, where are the youngsters to play against them? Oh, are they all being sold? Oh, okay. Okay. They've all
But
been
do you seriously think Ten Hag will start, let's say, Casemiro and Licha?
We're going to get into that. You know what? We're going to get into it in a minute, and we'll send the 11. Actually, Jarvis, you've got the thing. Get the 11 up. Let's pick the team. Let's see what team that he's going to pick, not what we think he's going to pick. But listen, the big thing to say is, one of the things that I said about this, I said, Ange, in style of play, is everything Erik ten Hag's not. And I just want to tell you a little bit about how Ange plays. So one of the key aspects that I watched of Ange Postecoglou, I can't say it, Postecoglou, there you go, Postecoglou. I'm sorry if I'm butchering his name's Greek name. No offense to you. Love the Greeks. The food is always amazing. The vibes is always amazing. So love the culture. Not, you know what I mean? No problem. So he plays. What I love, one of the best things I love about it is that the deeper build-up that they play, then they go into the diamond shape. We even with the goalkeeper at the base and the centre backs and the divas pivot supporting. This helped them to break the first line. Although the fullbacks and other support for passes around, they move inside quickly and then they go outside. Then they overload one side. That ball comes across, goes fucking galore. That's the football I want to see Manchester United fucking play. But I don't. I don't fucking see it. I don't see it. I see dickheads would buy a keeper who can't fucking even kick from the back anymore. And that's the fucking reason. And I told you, all of yous, I told yous all. You bought him a one game hype. He's fucking shit. And when I read that, it hurts me. It fucking hurts me. When I read your comments, when I was reading your comments, it hurts me. When you were like, you don't know what you're talking about there, he's an amazing goalkeeper. That's how they play. They have the pivot, they have the back four, the two centre-back split, they pop it around, break the first line, and then they go straight down the middle. Then they go out wide from the middle. They go out wide with all triangles. Everything's like this. Everything's like that. Everything's that triangle. There's always an option. For the player on the ball, there's always an option. Always pop, 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 pop. They get a ball out wide. They go out wide. And then they overload on the other side. In the middle of the back post. Bang, bang, bang. Goals. Yeah. That's what happens. By the way, guys, there's 130 of you in here. Please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. This is a honest content. It's not for the faint-hearted. But that's the Angel. That's the football we wanted. That's the football we wanted and craved. We know we're not winning Champions League. We know we're not winning Premier League. But we want to see good football. We want to see good football. When I watch United, now, honestly, I'm not lying to you. I'm looking forward to watching Spurs. How can I, on a Super Sunday, on Sunday, Jarvis, look forward to watching Spurs pop us off the park? Them and Brian are the new entertainers. 71 goals they've scored. That's entertainment, Jarvis.
It is. It's about scoring goals. That's the name of the game. but it doesn't seem like Ten Hag understands that we are too defensively. We don't get our play go, and I completely agree with you, Northern, when it comes to how Spurs play and how they set up triangles, how they play out from the back. But it doesn't stand there and dilly dally and play out from the back. They are doing it with a purpose. They have so much movement, and they fill the movement with new movements, new runs, and they try to play in centrally, and then they go out, and then they go in again, or on the other side they cross the ball because they have created new overloads. And everybody talks about the high line, but it's not about the high line. It's about filling those vacant spaces. So that's why they are emptying from the back and filling up, and that's why they eventually stands with a high line. It's the movement. It's not that they always try, let's push up the line. It's about taking the runs into the open spaces and setting up new triangles.
And the speed of pass, Jarvis. The fucking speed of pass. And the one-touch football, Jarvis. The one fucking touch football.
Yeah. You know.
And how many months has he had there? 5 months.
Yeah. And it's insane, but they will try to go centrally again, and I got to remind you, when you see Manchester City play, or you see even Brighton play, they play like in zonal. They have their own space and they wait for the ball. Pep Guardiola talks about this all the time. That let the ball do the job. But it's the different with Spurs, because they don't let the ball do the job. It's the movement that creates the ball movement. So they move all the time, and it's so fascinating looking at those Spurs players, how they move. So keep
beautiful to watch. It's like poetry in fucking motion.
I know. So you want to go to the lineup, or?
Yeah, listen, guys, 74 likes. You're fucking insulting the fucking stream, people. You're fucking taking the piss. 74, and there's 140 of you watching. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel.
Do us all a favor. You know, we need this help with the likes, because we are shadow banned on this channel. It's not getting out to people. People don't get the notifications. So please help us out. Hit that like. So who do we want to start and go?
Do you think their players have any faith in Ten Hag's setup and game plan? I don't think so. But then I have no faith in the players either. I have no faith in Ten Hag and no faith in the players. But I think sacking him ain't going to fix shit. He's not going to fix shit. But Jarvis, other thing, let's go. What do you think he's going to play? I know what midfield he's going to play, but give me what defense he's going to play, you reckon?
First of all, what formation do you think Ten Hag will go? Will he go for the single pivot or the double pivot?
And we'll get slaughtered if he does. We're going to get slaughtered if he does that. Because the way Spurs move that ball, you need more than one person there, Jarvis.
Yeah. I agree. But what will Ten Hag do? Will he trust Casemiro?
I think he might bring him back, or he might come on as a sub. I don't know. I'll pick the midfield. You pick the defense. Let's go.
Yeah.
What
Okay.
do you think the defense is gonna be?
Let's go for the single pivot then, because that's what I also believe Ten Hag will do. The defense. This is not my team. This is what Ten Hag will do. Just to clarify, I think he will pick. Is Luke Shaw back?
Yeah, that's I said. Luke Shaw's back. Yeah.
Yeah. So Shaw will be playing. Oh, I have a friend here.
Hello.
Hey.
How you doing?
Say hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Little Jarvis.
Well, Jarvis,
He's shy.
Let him say hello. Let him say hello.
Oh, well, he walked out. So, yeah, he walked out.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I will pick Luke Shaw.
Jarvis Jr. in the house. Big up, show love for Jarvis Jr. in the house. Luke Shaw, yes.
Martinez will play. Oh, it's Martinez. There he is.
Maguire's back as well.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he will pick Maguire. I think he will pick Varane. He's so good when he plays with Martinez. That they are such a good center back pairing, and I also believe he will play Dalot. He scored a goal last game, and he had a really good game. Even though I would go for personally Wan-Bissaka. So it's your midfield.
Yeah. I think Casemiro will play. It might be Amrabat, Casemiro, or Kobe, but there's only going to be one pivot.
So Casemiro in the pivot.
Yeah.
Casemiro and Mainu.
It's not going to be Mainu. It's not going to be Mainu. It's not going to be Mainu. It's going to be Scott McTominay there. Oh, no, Bruno there. Bruno. It's going to be Bruno. This is what he's going to pick. Not what I'm picking. This is what he's going to pick. Bruno there. McTominay there. And then it's going to be Højlund up in the middle. And then Rashford on the left and Garnacho on the right. Even though Anthony's back as well.
Yeah. And Diallo, Ahmad.
No, he's going to play Garnacho.
Yeah, but Ahmad is in the squad. He's back from injury, and he didn't get picked for AFCON for Ivory Coast.
He's going to play Garnacho because Garnacho's goal involvement in the last 5 goals what we've scored, he's been the guy that's been involved in the goals.
So basically something like this.
That's
this
how
is Ten Hag's starting 11.
Yeah.
Oh, we are going to be screwed. With this midfield, we have no chance against Spurs.
We're going to get absolutely bopped apart, people. If he plays that team with McTominay and Casemiro, we're going to get bopped off the show here. Honestly. This defense here is going to get twisted. It's going to get ripped. Yeah, their movement. The biggest thing, remember, their movement. The base, the way they get out there from the goalkeeper to the 2 splitting centre halves, the fullbacks going up as wing backs almost. The pivot drops in. Bam, bam, connect. When the pivot turns, triangle. When he looks internally, triangle. When he looks triangle. Then they get it out wide to Johnson. I think Diego Dalot will get roasted. Will get roasted by Johnson on that side. Kulikevski will be burning up Luke Shaw. I'm telling you now. Kulikevski. Actually, Kulikevski might play. He might play as the number 10 because they need a number 10. Who they're going to bring to go on the right wing? I don't know who they play to go on the right wing, but
who's injured on Spurs? Did you say?
Oh, Son is injured. I think what's his name is injured still. Madison. And
Madison is injured. Yeah, he's the key player.
And what's his name is injured as well. Let me just get actually. Madison's still out. Lo Celso is out. Ben Davis is out, and Basuma is out as well. From what I read.
Yeah, and they have Ivan Perisic, Lo Celso, Romero, Ben Davis is out. They have a lot of injuries actually, and then Papi Sarr and Son is out with on international duty, and Bissouma is suspended. Yeah, so they're missing a lot of key players actually.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But because of the system is developed, they don't look like they're going to miss that because they still bop the ball around and play the same way. Still make chances. The only thing is that Son is lethal, innit? And that's the only thing. He puts the ball at the back of the net. He's been the main.
But Nuruddin, a question. You know tactics as good as me. So there's I've been wondering, how are we going to beat this Spurs team? What's the recipe? How is it possible to break down this movements and possible Koglu ball? Should we drop down? Maybe play a back 5 because then we will absorb all the movement.
I think we're going to give them the ball. They want to have the ball, and we're going to play on the counter, Jarvis. So if you bring everybody back. Drop everybody back. I think he's going to go play for a low block at Old Trafford.
So we like almost dropping Casemiro in between. And Højlund will probably.
Yeah.
So these 2 guys will just stay up there and be on the counter attack, and we have Højlund too with explosive pace.
Exactly.
But who is going to give them the ball? Is it Bruno?
Bruno.
Yeah, that's why we should have had someone like Eriksen or Mainu who has the ability to.
Well, we know that he's going to play him, Jarvis. We know that. Come on.
Yeah.
And
even Casemiro don't have that ability to get that long ball up to the fast attackers.
He's quite wasteful on the ball, actually. Casemiro really wasteful on the ball.
Yeah.
Gives it away.
So actually, how would you set up the team if we are going to play this way? What would be your starting 11?
All right, I'll keep it. Well, I won't keep the defense. Diego Dalot is out. Actually, I would take Shaw out because I think he's a shitbag. And if Kulusevski goes out wide, they might be able to play him.
So
I
you need
will put
Dalot on
him
the left back
there.
then.
Yeah, and I'll put Wan-Bissaka on this side to manage Johnson. That's what I would play. And then I would then get McTominay and fucking Casemiro, both of them out of here. I would play. No, actually, I'll keep Casemiro on menu. That's what I would play. Casemiro on menu. That's what I would play. That's what I would play. And then I'll take Bruno out. I'll play Eriksen as the number 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would take Rashford out and put Garnacho there and then play Ahmed Diallo.
Yeah, that's a brilliant team. That's a brilliant team. So more like this.
Jarvis, I would go toe to toe with them. I would not let them try and let them get out. These 3 players, I would go to press them and back them up with these other 3 players, Eriksen, Casemiro, and Kobe. And then I would push these 2 to squeeze them. Do the thing so play the transitional game in their half. Turn the ball over. So then we can hurt them because they've already committed men up the pitch with their movements.
I think it will be actually like more than this if we sit deep because Casemiro will drop
I don't
probably
want to sit
more.
Deep. I want to go toe to toe to make it a great game, Jarvis. I'm not sitting deep. I'm going up. So press up, get the defense up, get them up, squeeze them when they're about to come out of that low base. I won't let them out of that low base. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah. Then
I'm not having
but
any
then maybe Eriksen is not the best player to play in the 10 because you don't have the, I would say, the deadly press play.
No, but he's very good at cutting out the passing lanes. Did you see him against Chelsea? How many times?
He has the footballing brain.
He cut out the passing lanes. If you move him from side to side, Jarvis, just move Eriksen from side to side a bit. He cuts out the cap. There you go. Such an intelligent. I'd rather have that than have the headless fucking chicken, Jarvis, running around. So get them up the pitch. Get them up the pitch for me.
But we have one alternative, and that's who's back from injury. Oh.
No. He's not. No, he's not ready yet. He's not ready.
Mason Mount is not ready.
He's not ready.
Oh, okay.
He's not ready yet. Yeah, that's what I would start with, and then I would change that if I need to. But honestly, even in a better way, that's what I would do. I would try to go aggressive. So push them up a bit. So can you get the back four up the pitch a bit with them, and press those 3 up the pitch. So they're almost kind of alongside Eriksen, and squeeze the low more in the middle, bit more in the middle, because they like to go to the middle. Spurs, when they're on the build-up, they go to the middle. So get Wan-Bissaka and bit more, get them in tighter. Get Varane up and Martinez up the pitch. So stop them from playing out, Jarvis. Stop them from playing out. That's what I would try to do and get goals like that. You're very close to their goal. And if you win the ball there, when they try to pop it around, win numbers, you stop them because you will overload them on a try because they already, what do they do? With movement, they commit people, don't they, Jarvis? They commit players. That's what I would do. And then have Onana, the muppet, as kind of like the Martinez does for Villa, sweeper keeper. Because they will love to play with Johnson's pace.
Yeah. He's very quick. Johnson.
Johnson.
He played for Nottingham Forest last season.
Pace. Yeah, and Timo Werner's pace as well. That's what I would do.
Yeah, it's his debut. He's playing. He's ready.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow.
There you go.
I didn't know that.
That's
going to hurt us
because that's what I would do. So they've already got 2 pacey guys, Johnson and Timo Werner. They can run for days, those guys.
Yeah, looks like a decent team, this.
That's what I would go for. And that's the tactics I would give them. Go on the front foot. No shit bags. No shit baggery. None of this sitting back. Go on the front foot. Get to them. They
see
play
Matt
out
how.
on the back on the pivot, get to the pivot, press, and all he has to do, Ericsson, I'm not asking him to press because Diallo bring Diallo in as well. Bring Diallo and Alexandro in as well. So Garnacho and Amad Diallo in. Bring them both in a little bit. That's what I would go for the throw because they want to make that space to beat the first line. I will stop them from beating the first line, Jarvis. First line. Stop them from getting into their rhythm. I will disturb that. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Tell me how you do it, Jarvis. What would you do? Who would you pick and what would you do?
Well, you are super brave with this going toe to toe against them. I think we are playing into their advantage if we go toe to toe. I would rather leave more space.
I'm not going
behind.
toe to toe, Jarvis. What I'm doing is that have a high turnover transitional, stopping them from beating that first line of press. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm trying to be brave and use their strength against them by squeezing the play here and using the crowd. You know, it's Sunday winter evening, floodlights, full floodlights, cold, everybody on their feet at Old Trafford. Start the game like that. Sometimes the adrenaline from the fans can carry you over when you go that brave, Jarvis.
Yeah, we're playing at Old Trafford, so why not?
I need the three in the middle. Ericsson, Casemiro, and Mini. I need tactical fouling. Amad Diallo, I need tactical fouling. Garnacho, tactical fouling. Hoyland, tactical fouling. Everybody who's not a defender, I need a tactical foul from you. Give me one tactical foul.
Yeah.
Stop the rhythm. Stop them getting out. Because if they get out, Jarvis, you know they're going to bob us around.
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
I'll be quiet. Go ahead. You tell me how.
No. I think it's fascinating listening to this and try to understand how you think. And I totally agree. It's a good game plan trying to be brave, trying to play because we are playing at Old Trafford. We should be good enough to press them high and actually Ten Hag's press play is not too bad. We have a lot of high turnovers, but we don't know how to utilize them. That's one of our biggest problems. We often win the ball in dangerous areas, but we're usually wasteful with the ball, and that's one of our biggest problems. So and I'm not sure how we will get the goals because we usually score goals when we get the transition. But it's maybe hard to get the transition because there will be no space when we have the transition when we play like this. So I'm not sure if we have the quality enough, but that's just my speculations. I'm a little bit unsure when it comes to Ericsson, when it comes to high press. I would probably go for Bruno.
No. Yeah, okay. The only thing that I would make, Jarvis, is this: if you're not sure with Ericsson, I will actually play Diallo as the number 10. He played there for Sunderland. He did. He played as the number 10 sometimes. And then I would play Rashford on the left-hand side and play Garnacho on the right. That's what I would do because he's got energy and legs to get around to press as well. That's what I would do. But go ahead. This is your team. Go ahead. So you will take
but when it comes to Rashford, his press play is horrible. It's horrible. He doesn't know how to press. He runs directly at the guy with full speed and is easily overplayed all the time because he doesn't know. He doesn't angle his run when he press, and that's the biggest
all
problem.
You have to do on there is put your actually just stand still with the ball and Rashford will run past you. Like a headless bull, honestly, like a bull. He just runs past you like a bull. 91 likes. We're not even 100 likes yet. You're a disgrace. Therapy. I mean, honestly, I don't know what you guys are doing.
Yeah, but I think, but the other option is sitting a little bit deeper, as we spoke about in the beginning. But then I would probably go with Johnny Evans because he has a better foot when it comes to passing the ball out. Or option B is Maguire, but I trust Evans more. I think he's better defensively, and he's better to organize the defense too because he talks to the other defenders and get him in position. I wouldn't start Casemiro yet because he's just recently back from injury. So I would probably go with Ericsson also because he has the ability to play the long ball precise out from the back. Bruno in the 10, probably something like this, and drop Bruno a little bit deeper, not pure as a 10, but more as a 8.5. If you understand what I'm saying. But then we have to run. We have to run and track them. We have to follow their movement. Oh well, then it's a problem with Eriksen again because he don't have legs. I haven't thought about this.
You know who I would play? Actually, you know what? Take Casemiro on my team. I would play Amrabat. Actually, Amrabat is good at running.
Oh well, he's on AFCON duty.
Oh shit, I forget.
He's not available. That's the problem. so then you have McTominay.
He actually got called up, and he did the right thing. He don't do the bullshit that Onana's doing. What a disgrace! What an absolute disgrace, Jarvis. What do you think about that? Treating Cameroon like a piece of absolute crap. Unbelievable.
To be honest, for me, I don't see the big debate. You know, if it was okay for Cameroon and if it's okay for the club and okay for Onana, why not? They made it work in a way. He can play tomorrow and play with Cameroon the day after. Being a goalkeeper and having a game in the legs is not the biggest problems. It's maybe the traveling that's the biggest problem. You know, he won't be fully rested before it comes to the AFCON Cameroon game. But I think they're playing against Guinea, I think it was some easy opposition. So I don't think the Cameroonian national team is so worried about that game. They will probably win that game with 3 to 4 goals.
For me,
so
it's
in
the
a way,
point of principle. I'm sorry, Jarvis, but it's the point of principle. You got called
yeah,
up.
yeah, I see the principle, but you know, I'm pragmatic when it comes to stuff like this.
Will Maguire do that with England? Will he do that? No. You would meet up with the squad. You will travel properly.
Yeah.
So, by the way, hold tight to the Gambian team. Again, problems with the plane, and some of them got injured, but lots of love to them. Lots of love to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So how do you think Hannibal will do on his loan? I think he's going to Sevilla, or was it Valencia?
Sevilla,
and play in the. Do you think you can come back and fight for a place in the starting 11? Because he's one of those. I'm very unsure about about him. Is he good enough, or can he be good enough?
I don't know if he's good enough fully yet, but I'd rather have him than McTominay.
yeah, for sure.
Come on now, Jarvis. Beggars can't be choosers.
For me, I've seen him some games. You saw in the summer we played the friendly against Wrexham. We played in the States, and he played in the single pivot by himself, and he was actually really good, passing the ball around, and he had control. He could control the tempo and stuff like that. So I saw something with that guy. I think he's much better than we have seen playing for United at the moment. Yeah. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, 100%. I think he's a young player, Jarvis. The biggest thing for me is that I never prejudge too many young players because young players can surprise you. I genuinely don't dismiss them and say, oh, they're going to be crap. I don't, because we've seen it through so many football. Young players can do well. So I do not discount them, and I don't, because I think he's still a lot to develop. But I hope that going to Spain, they teach him a bit about technical ability, that they coach him well. I really hope that he can get good coaching out there in Valencia. I really hope he can. Yeah. Jarvis, go on, give me your score. Big up to Tom. He's in London somewhere. He's gone up for the early pint or probably to dinner. So big up to Tom. We appreciate it. Make sure you go and check out Tom Journalist One at Tom Journalist One on Twitter. Go ahead, Jarvis.
Check him out. Well, my score, I think, will be a lot of goals. I think it will be a high line from both ends, and something similar like the Chelsea game when he played at Old Trafford. We won that game 3-1, but I'm sure that Spurs will at least score 2 goals. So my prediction is 2-2. It's my prediction, but that's my heart.
No.
That's
Jarvis,
my heart.
There's no such a thing as bad prediction, Jarvis.
No, but it's my heart
telling you. And what's your head telling you, Jarvis?
Well, I'm more worried with my head because I think maybe if we are sloppy, they can score 3 to 4 goals, and then we will lose. So we got to be 100% focused. and it's super important that we win this game because we are 8 points behind Spurs, and Spurs are 5th in the Premier League table. If they win, they will be 11 points ahead, and it's checkmate. We have nothing more to play for this season. Spurs will be 11 points ahead of us in 5th. So, but if we win, we will only be 5 points, and game is still on. So it's so important that we win this game. It's do or die.
Yeah, big up to Dave Mank. He's a Celtic fan here. Garnacho's going to replay. Yeah, we like his energy. We like his enthusiasm. I don't think Jarvis has been disrespected. He's just saying that from their first game, they don't think that they can do without him. We've seen that before. Players get injured. Players sometimes, they start the game after the game. But the big thing for me is that, he would not like. I don't see any European countries accepting that bullshit. So why should Cameroon accept that? You know what I mean? I know England wouldn't. It'd be all over the fucking place every day. But
they would. They would.
Yeah. So
and just to clarify, Nordin, I'm just seeing it from a pragmatic point of view. If it works for all parties, why not? That's just what I'm saying. But I understand. If I was Cameroonian and I was looking forward for the AFCON and the national pride for playing for Cameroon and they want to win the AFCON and one of their best highest profile player won't come for the first game. That's a slap in the face. I get that point of view.
100%. Big up to everybody. So I think it could be a high score draw, but I don't know where we're getting the goals from, Jarvis, if I'm being honest with you. I think if Spurs come and turn out and we play a low block and we play like the likes of Casemiro and play a single pivot, we're going to get slaughtered. So I think it's going to be maybe 3-1 to them. 2-1, 3-1 to them, yeah. That's what I think.
Yeah, they definitely will score goals. I will be super surprised if we keep a clean sheet. I think I would put money on that we won't keep a clean sheet.
Maybe Onana's saving his best to try to shut me up. He's saving his best form, best game before he goes to the AFCON. Maybe he's doing that to spite me. Maybe he's going to pull out some incredible saves. Listen, free Palestine. We'll be in London tomorrow.
It's a big rally?
Millions, with a million, expecting 1.5 million tomorrow. People coming from all over the country to go to that. We already see, we want to big up the South Africa, man. South Africa coming. When somebody needs to come, South Africa coming. I've also been watching actually what your government has been saying, Jarvis, especially your aid agencies, how much they've been telling truth, despite being accused of being anti-Semitics and all of that BS. But your aid, the part of your government are telling the truth about what's going on, the suffering of the Palestinians. So big shout out to the Norwegian aid workers out there doing their best and telling truth to power always. But South Africa laid it out yesterday at The Hague and laid out the genocide, the words that they're saying, the way how the actions are then being repeated by the soldiers on the ground. Over 23,000 dead people now.
Yeah,
children, women, a lot of them made of women, and then you've got another 6,000 people on it, still under the rubble. And the dogs have got nothing to eat, so they're eating bodies. The dogs are digging pieces of bodies and eating them, Jarvis.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Nordin, it gets me because we talk about numbers, but it's actually human beings. And that's the terrible thing, it gets me emotional thinking about it. It's so hard to watch like small snippets on my Twitter
feed.
Yeah, Twitter feed and everything. I can't even almost watch it because it's so horrible. Yeah. That's the problem.
So he must. I don't have any children, but it breaks me. I can only imagine if I had children how much great. Jarvis, why do you think the world is not doing anything about it, Jarvis? Why are they allowed to get away with this? More people have died, Jarvis. Yeah. They're breaking like World War II records in terms of the death and the quickness, the scale of it, and the time that it's taking them to kill that many people.
Yeah, it's. I can't understand that people can do something like that. It's a disaster, Shouldn't be allowed.
Palestine, man, 100%. I'm free Sudan, free Congo, and lots of love. And I can't wait to see. The only thing that gives me hope is seeing 1 million people or over 1 million people in the streets of London tomorrow, which is going to be a really cold in the UK. It's going to be like 6 or 5, freezing. So, but we'll be out there. That's nothing to Jarvis. That's like a Jarvis.
Nah, I would come
T-shirt
there with my
that.
T-shirt and
That's
wearing
T-shirt
shorts.
that for Jarvis. But that's the only thing. That's why I'm going, Jarvis. I'm going there to keep my humanity. I'm going there to keep my humanity and never to feel alone. And to be fair, the protest in Manchester has been relentless in like 13 weeks. You know what I mean? 14 weeks, how long it's been? It's been absolutely relentless. So there's going to be protests going on in Manchester as well tomorrow. But the big one is being called for is in London on Saturday. So if any of you are in London, come out for humanity. Come out for your own humanity, because the Palestinians teach you how to keep your own humanity. And that's what we got to do. But yeah, I don't know. Nor have we scored 4 goals since Eric Ten Hag is here. I don't recall. I don't know. I don't think so. If we did, that it'll be coming straight out of our head. There, guy, that game. But no. I think we've had more 1-0 wins than any other manager in terms. Manchester United have won 1-0, especially last season. It's always
a scrappy win. It's always a scrappy. We never play good football anymore. It never. No. It doesn't excite me at all. You know, that's Ten Hag. He should be brave and go all in. Like, win this game with a bang. 5-1.
Yeah. Big up to everybody, man. Big up to everybody, and free Palestine, free the Congo, free Sudan, free the Tigray region, free the conflict and all the people who are suffering in East Africa and all over, and especially the people in Ecuador. There's a lot of horrific things happening in Ecuador. So shout out to the people in Ecuador and everywhere else in this world, man. Love and light. Here, we shout for the humanity of everybody. We believe in humanity, regardless of gender, orientation, nationality, ethnicity, religion. Everybody's welcome here. We see the humanity. That's why we always, our contract with each other, our societal social contract is to keep each other's humanity always. Never fall for the demagogues, the warmongers, the war profiteers. And now Britain and America are bombing Yemen, Jarvis, one of the poorest countries in the world, who have been bombed to death for 10 years with mass starvation. And they're doing that because they refuse to lie down and do a little bit of solidarity with the Palestinians by stopping the ships that are going past their waters. Incredible. Yeah. Free Palestine, free the Congo, free Sudan, love and light. We'll be back here again. We're back here. I'll be doing maybe a 9 o'clock show, Jarvis, if you're around on Sunday for the 9 o'clock. We'll be doing that for deeper analysis about the game. So lots of love, people. Big up to everybody and love and light.
And smash the like on your way out if you haven't.
Smash the like on your way out, people. Actually, don't do it if you don't. The channel is shadow banned. We demonetized. That's how it's rolling, people. But it is what it is. We shout for the humanity of the Palestinians always. And people go, why the Palestinians? Do you know why? In the country where I live, the government, the media, the civil, they don't really support Palestine. Instead, they suppress humanity of Palestine. That's why I shout for them. That's why I shout for them, because in this country, people who shout for Palestinians and Palestinians are dehumanized, and the racism is there every day. They have to face the level of dehumanization they have to face. When one of them was a journalist who was studying here, went on television in the UK, he lost 21 of his immediate family, his brothers, his parents, his siblings, all 14 of his nieces and nephews, right? And they said to him, "Do you condone Hamas?" This is the reason why I fucking shout for the Palestinians. And majority of us who are conscious people, awake people, I shout for the fucking Palestinians, because we live in countries where they're fucking demonized, where they're demonized, continuously demonized by everybody, by all the powers that be in this society. That's why. Love and light. Big up to everybody. Peace, love, light. Always to everybody, to all those people who are conscious, and everybody who sees it. Where's John Doe? Big up. Don't know where he is. We're looking for John Doe. Big up. Love, light to everybody. And win, lose, draw, glaze us out, bank us out. Jim the Radcliffe's out, Quarter Sexuals out, all these Muppets out, Dodgy Jave out, mate. It is what it is. We see it for what it is, people. Humanity. Keep your humanity. Big up. We deserve better. We always deserve better. Love and light, people. Look after yourself. We'll be live on Sunday, 9 o'clock. We'll be live for the match reaction. Take care. Peace.
Take care. Peace.
Oh, yeah, before we go, people, sorry, I forgot. Jarvis Bowley 77. Check him out on Man UFC Realist TV. He'll be live, I think, pre-game. You do a pre-game show before the game kicks off. So go and check that out. Man UFC Realist TV. Jarvis Bowley. Make sure you follow him on Twitter.
Mick and I are actually doing a show in an hour, so people can tune in MUFC Realist TV, 9 o'clock.
There you
UK.
go. Big up to Jarvis. Big up to Mick. Big up to everybody. Love and light. Fuck Zionism. Free Palestine.